Awesome. Hi guys, welcome. Today is June the 16th. And this is Inspire Tribe Team Call. So glad to have you guys here. Hold on until our very special team guest speaker tonight is done, and we're going to save our recognition and housekeeping for afterwards. With no further ado, I'm going to pass this over to Rachel, because Rachel is the woman who set this amazing call up tonight. So take it away, Rachel, and thank you.
First off, Kat, thank you for agreeing and being a guest on our team call. I know most of us have followed you at some point in our own journeys and have looked up to you. I started with 21 Day Fix way back, like DVDs. So you were definitely somebody I followed along. So if for you guys that don't know who Kat is, she is a 1-star diamond coach, which is amazing. She is the modifier on the original 21 Day Fix, the 21 Day Fix Real Time and Extreme. And she is also the modifier on 9-week Control Freak for all of us that have just finished that program. And this is interesting that I didn't know you did, and I've looked it up. You are also the author of a self-love journal, a 9-week mindset reset, and it's available on her website. I looked it up earlier today. And she's an advocate for self-love and self-care. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Kat.
Awesome. Rachel, thank you so much for having me. I am so honored to be here. I absolutely love Beachbody. I hope you guys are as passionate about this amazing organization as I am. And when I see faces like this, it reminds me of why we do this, to bring each other together, to lift each other up, to make our life better and happier in some way, to inspire each other and to motivate each other. And as much as I will pour into you, know that you are already giving to me 1,000 times back. And I so am grateful for that. Rachel, I would love to do some slides if that's okay. Do you want to make me a host and I can share my screen? So guys, I'm going to do some slides just because it's the only way I stay on track, because I am a talker. So I just will fly off. I will still go off into, other lands, but we'll try to keep me on track. I promise I will answer questions for you guys. So please feel free to put them in the chat. I'll circle back to them. But I do, and you can ask me anything, guys. I'm just Kat. I'm just like you guys. So if you have any questions, please don't be intimidated. I really would love to answer those for you at any point. But I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to share my screen and share with you guys I'm going to pour into you guys with one of my favorite topics of all time, and that is self-love. I really love talking about this. And I really love talking specifically to women, but guys too, they all need it just as much. But I'm just going to jump in here. Again, my name is Kat Napolitano. The CEO. My brand is Love Size Me. I call myself a motivator, modifier, and a self-confidence coach. Something we can all use. And I'm still learning and relearning all about that every single day. And so, I'm going to start way back. Don't worry, Rachel, I won't be on here 4 hours, I promise. But, I really do like to start at the beginning, because I was a chunky child. I was never that skinny girl. It was always hard for me. I was, I'm just made fun of because I had freckles. I was a heavy set kid. And that was just kind of the way my childhood went. And then at like 14 years old, I discovered dance. And I fell in love with dance, and I was passionate about it. If anyone's a dancer, they know most dancers start when they're like young. They're like 2 and 3 and 4 years old. So I was at a huge disadvantage and started dance at 14 and was told very early that I would never be able to do it as a business. So I never did. I never thought of it that way. And as a result, I poured into dance with total passion, because it was just for me. It was just for fun. And it wasn't to be a size or anything else. And so I just went for it, and I danced all the time. I was obsessed with it. Well, fast forward to graduating college. I was actually a stockbroker out of college. And, but I was miserable. Dance was calling me and I needed to give it a shot. I told my father, I'm leaving. I'm not going to be a stockbroker anymore. I'm going to try dancing. The poor man almost passed out. He definitely told me, he said, I am not helping you, Kat. I am not helping you. You know, he was trying to do what he thought would be the best for me. Well, fast forward to years later, he lives in Miami and I became the choreographer for the Miami Heat dancers. And I was a rock star in his world. Like he was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So at that time, I was dancing 8 hours a day all the time. It was my business. And, you know, I never had to dance for my size, right? I always danced for the passion of what I was doing. And I was younger, right? We all know, if any of you are over 30, 40, 50, hello, I am 54 years old. So it changes, like it changes. So back then it was, you know, I danced 8 hours a day, pretty much all the time, ate what I wanted, drank what I wanted, and, you know, kept my body. So that's kind of the way it was. Fast forward to moving to LA. I moved to LA to be a choreographer. So I came out here, I met the love of my life, Ted. If you guys ever watch my Instagram, the Ted Show, he is hysterical. And so during that time, I started getting asked, I was asked by one friend to be in her video. Well, if everyone can mute, I don't know, someone's open, I think. But so there, I was in one fitness video. It was for Crunch Fitness with Janice Saffel. And this was, oh my God, it had to be 25 years ago. How crazy is that? And I was just used as the background in this fitness video. So it was totally fun. I had a great time and the producer fell in love with me. I fell in love with her. And so I started doing more and more fitness videos. And I have guys, most people don't know this, but I've been like in over 50 fitness videos. I have been in Weight Watchers, Crunch Fitness, like just Pilates with Mari Windsor, all these different fitness videos. Okay. So, but then, you know, I moved into doing a very different kind of lifestyle. My, you know, life changed. And let me see if I'm getting off topic here because I'm going to jump into, yeah. So let's go to here. So here's where you guys know me. A lot of you know me from, okay? My lifestyle had changed. I moved from choreographer to producer and my body responded because I was not working out at all. I was eating horribly. You guys know I love my wine. So I was drinking when and what I wanted and my body got bigger, but they continued to hire me for fitness videos. So I continued to grow in my body and I continued to do fitness videos. The producer called me the Attainable Body, which is a name I still love. I love being the attainable body. That's great. If anyone feels like they can get there, let's do that. So what many people do not know is that when I was hired to do 21 Day Fix, the original one, I was not working out regularly at all. I was definitely not a Beachbody coach. I had never even heard of Beachbody. I had no idea what it was. I did not do the nutrition plan attached to the program. So I really was a cast member. I came in, I shot all the things. I love joking with Autumn that the very first time I met her, she was like, hi, my name is Autumn. Let's do a surrender. I was like, you're crazy, boy. But I managed somehow to survive that crazy shoot, which was very intense. I was so sore. But honestly, when the shoot was over, that was it. I took my paycheck and that was it. So years later, you know, Autumn was like, hey, Kat, I would love to tag you in a Facebook post. And I said, yeah, go ahead. And she tagged me in a Facebook post. This was years ago. And my Facebook imploded. And that was the first time I ever really kind of understanding what Beachbody was. It was this huge community that I really didn't understand. But at that time, I was running my production company. So I produce huge live events all over the country. It is one of the top 10 most stressful jobs ever. And it is very intense. And you can see by my body, it's just the self-care goes right down the tubes. And I ate and drank, you know, whatever I wanted. stress. I eat my feelings. I think some of us can relate to that, right? Here comes the stress. Here comes the food, guys. Like, let's go. So that was where I was at. And so that was all in the middle of coming out of the 21-day fix. I really had no idea that people even knew who I was or anything. So years later, out of that came my invitation to be on the 21-day fix real time and 21-day fix extreme real time. But this time, Autumn said, Kat, you're going to do the nutrition this time. And I was like, oh, girl, okay, I'll do it. Let's do it. And as you can see, I got great results and I fell in love with Beachbody. I really, for the first time, understood what Beachbody really was. It was this amazing community. The stories I would get from women who said, you know, that they had over 100 pounds to lose. They had lost themselves completely. And when they saw me, they could follow me and that they, you know, had their life back. Anyway, just all of these messages, just bringing tears to my eyes all the time and still do. So that was a huge change for me. And that's when I started actually coaching, was when we were shooting 21-day fix real time. And truly the birth of Love Size Me, my platform. So that is kind of my story. I like to share that so everyone kind of has a better understanding of like how I got into everything that I am in right now. So again, my platform, Love Size Me, is really just all about self-love and self-confidence. Now, I think for me, those things are two very different things. You know, self-love is that internal part of how we feel about ourselves, how we talk to ourselves. Really deeply when we are thinking about ourselves, how we internalize pride and how much we love ourselves, right? Out of that comes self-confidence. So I don't think self-confidence can be authentic without self-love, right? So before we can step into confidence, we need to start with self-love. And, you know, I think a lot of people start working out and fitness for all the wrong reasons.
Okay, thank you. I will definitely check that out.
So we definitely start for all the wrong reasons, right? We start because we hate ourselves. We need to lose weight. We want to punish ourselves for what we've done and how far we've gotten away from ourselves, right? When really I feel it's the complete opposite. And one thing I would really love for all of us to get to today is to rework our mindset about why we are taking care of ourselves. It's not punishment. It is not because we are mad at ourselves. It is not because we are upset about our age and the limitations we have. It is not that. It needs to be the opposite. It needs to be for self-love and self-care. So I love talking about a cycle, right? I really believe that there is a negative cycle of health and fitness that contributes directly to negative self-image and low self-confidence, right? And a lot of times we kind of bop around in all these different circles. And I think we all know, if you started on your health journey, which I hope you have, that this is very easy. You get into this negative cycle and it all feeds each other, right? So you start with life stress. And what's the first thing that goes? When you're stressed and busy, what's the first thing that you check off the list? Is you start having poor self-care, right? Your self-care goes right out the window. It's the first thing, right? I don't know why. Oh, I don't have time. Let me not work out. That's the first thing you do, right? If everyone can mute, that would be awesome. If you just want to mute. Sorry, guys. So, you know,
it's Anna Dare. Oh, perfect. She just got it.
Okay, no worries.
I can't mute people because you're the host now. I apologize.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, honey. I love you all. I get it. I mean, it's amazing that I've even figured out how to do Zoom. I'm like a spaz with tech. So we're all there. It's all good. So, you know, life stress comes. The first thing we chuck out the window is our self-care. It's the first thing out, right? So we get into this poor self-care. What does that contribute immediately to? a very negative self-image, right? We're feeling really fluffy. You know, things start aching, not because we're sore good, like we're working our muscles. We're sore because we're just achy. Then that immediately goes into sedentary lifestyle. The last thing you have is energy to get a workout in, right? You don't have the energy to meal prep. You don't have the energy to do that. Then all of a sudden you're like, I'm just going to not eat carbs. You know, you start some crazy diet, right? They do all the crazy diets that happen. And then it's not sustainable at all. What happens? You fall off the wagon, which gives you more stress, and boom, you are caught in this horrible negative cycle of self-care and a very negative self-image and low self-esteem, right? So what we really try to do when we work together, and that's how we do this together as a community, which you guys know you've got to lean into your community for that support, is get someone into one of the positive circles. Because once we get into, and each one of you needs to think, where am I needing to work on? What one of these circles can I really work on to improve my self-love? Because it will feed into the rest of this positive cycle, right? So if you start with good self-care, that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with good self-care. That means a great workout. Notice, guys, I think a lot of people think we need to do these epic workouts. We've got to kill ourselves in these workouts. Oh, look, I'm definitely dying in the middle of 9-week control freak for sure. But the reason we have modifiers is because you want to have sustainable workouts. That means you show up every day, not pushing past the injury, not overtraining, right? Good self-care is knowing how to listen to your body and taking care of it, right? Good nutrition, right? Balance, but good nutrition. Where does that go immediately? Positive self-image. You start feeling better about yourself, right? Things a little tighter, you know, looks a little better in the mirror, start having a little pep in the step. And then what do you have? You have more energy. You have more energy. It makes it easier to get your workouts in. You know, it's surprising you use all that energy in your workouts, but that's what gives you the energy to keep up that active lifestyle. And then you keep up with the kids, you keep up with the grandkids, you keep up with your life, and you're better at work, you're more attentive, right? And that helps you stay on your healthy diet. You guys know, like, the hardest days for me to stay on my nutrition are my rest days. Those are the hardest days for me to stay on my nutrition, right? Because they feed each other. You get in that healthy diet, everything's feeling great. You stay on your plan. You're just in the mode, you're in your flow. And then what happens? That helps you manage the stress in your life. So this all goes hand in hand. It all works together. And that's where we all need to get to, right? And we have to work on our mindset. You know, self-love is not some magic unicorn with rainbows. You don't do a bunch of, the best way to think about it is you don't do one workout and have a 6-pack of abs, right? And for the rest of your life. You have to work on it all the time. You have to work on your nutrition all the time. It has to be consistent. It has to become a habit. The same thing is with your mindset. And people negate that. They think, oh, if I get skinny, I'll be happy. I'll have self-confidence. No, we don't practice skinniness. We practice health. Health is what we go for. And that's physical health and mental health. And you have to work on both because, again, they will feed each other, right? So I am a pretty positive person, but I'm not pretty positive Polly every single day. Like, that doesn't just magically happen because I'm taking care of myself. I do the work on my mindset every day. And that's why we promote personal development. So every single person on this call should be doing personal development every single day. When you choose to take those 15 minutes, literally, guys, just 15 minutes in the morning when you wake up and you are saying to everyone around you and the universe, I come first. My mental health is a priority. My mental health is a priority, right? And that is the way that you are going to be able to stay focused and keep yourself on your mindset. Guys, I'm sorry. You know what? Are you able to make me co-host? I wonder if I can make you I'm going to make, no.
You make
Hold on,
yourself co-host? It's Melissa. Can you mute yourself, Melissa R?
Oh,
It's all good.
am I not muted?
No,
Someone's not muted.
You are now. Thank you. Sorry, Kat. So sorry.
No, don't be sorry, guys. Don't be sorry at all. I just want to make sure everyone's hearing everything. So, you know, again, the mindset, guys, is a muscle.
Can you take out this blue ball?
We need to work on it every single day, right? So every single day, you need to work on your mindset. It's got to be a priority. Just as much as your workouts, just as much as your nutrition. I know it seems overloading, right? How can we add one more thing to our incredibly busy schedule? But these are the things that will give back to you so much that it increases the quality of your life. So these are some of my favorites. You know, I love that You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Guys, it could be a podcast. If you have a drive, a commute, there's your podcast. Just listen to that. I love Autumn's Let's Do Life. This is my 9-week mindset reset journal. I love this journal. I poured my heart into it. It's just got a daily. If you are new to journaling, it is such a great way to start because you just get a really simple prompt every day and you can journal. Believe it. I love Jamie Kern-Lima. She is badass. She's a multi-millionaire, and she broke the mold for the beauty industry. Full Out with Samantha Jo Harvey. That's another podcast I love. Make Cause Miracles, Gabby Bernstein. Fabulous, fabulous book. And personal development is vital. Guys, we start, so many people come to us and say, I want to lose weight. You ask them, why do you want to lose weight? And so much of that is anchored in, I want to be happy. But happiness is not on the other side of skinniness. Happiness is not on the other side of a size of your jeans. Happiness is right inside you right now. It's there. But you have to pull it out and you have to do the work and you have to peel away the layers because 9-week Control Freak was a big breakthrough for me. When people ask me what were my results, I don't talk in terms of weight in inches. That's what people want to hear. But what the magic was for me on that was my mindset. It was a change in my mindset. And that is where you start because then the rest will follow. The rest will follow. So, you know, we really need to keep focusing on that. And here's the thing is that we really don't do a lot of thinking and breaking down what we are listening to on a regular basis. But here's what's crazy is you choose every single day what you're letting impact your life. You're actually choosing that, but we just stumble along life without thinking about that a lot. You know, listen to the negative, you know, all the negative crap that's out there. But you know what? We get to choose that. And you have to be proactive about that. You need to take a minute and listen and say, what am I listening to on a daily basis? Who are you following on social media? Who? There's 7 bazillion people on social media. Are you listening to people who are lifting you up? What are you watching? And what are you contributing to your community? Because you need to contribute. You need to contribute joy and happiness in order to bring that into your life. You need to contribute that because when you give that out, you get so much more in return. And that's what I believe, you get out what you put in. So if you want to have a happier life, you need to put that in somehow into your life. And here's a huge one, guys. What is your self-talk? You think you know it, but I'm telling you right now, every single one of us needs to pull those layers of that onion back and really listen to what you are saying to yourself. Because you really, really get so busy, right? We get busy. We get caught up in the rat race. We're just in life. We're moving to the next thing. We're taking care of the kids. We're taking care of the husband. We're meal prepping. We're doing our workouts. Boom, boom, boom. What is your self-talk? What is it that you say when you stand in a bikini in front of a mirror? What are you saying to yourself? What are you saying when you fall off your plan? What are you saying to yourself? Because it is really important. And here's the other thing. When you allow negativity in your life and you are listening to people pour out negativity, you are giving them power. We choose who we empower in our life, and the people that we get to choose who we are going to give power to, you should be conscientious about who those people are. And sometimes it's hard because sometimes it's your mom, you know, right? And you can't get rid of mom. So like sometimes you have to figure out how to navigate that, but you do get to decide how you internalize that and who you are talking to every day. And in your group, I hope you are in that bod group every single day. I really, really want to impress on every single person on here that bod group better be on fire tomorrow. Your bod group is your anchor. It is your lifeline. It is your positivity. And you all should be contributing and lifting each other up in that group. It is private and it is positive. Maybe it's a Facebook group. I'm sorry if you guys do a Facebook group. However you connect as a team, you guys need to pour into that and not just receive. It's not for your coaches to just give to you. You need to support your community. That is how this works. So be proactive in your group and it will give back to you 1,000-fold, 1,000-fold. These are the anchors, right? Because I'm going to tell you, life will serve you hard. It is always going to have something for you. But your resilience and your ability to manage that all comes from the anchors you create in self-love and self-confidence. Those anchors will serve you in the hurricane. They will anchor you. So this is how you show up in the world. Your self-love and your self-confidence. You know, it's so funny. I think people, when someone walks in a room, you think people are looking at your outfit and how skinny you are. I don't think that's true at all. I think what they are looking at is your self-confidence. Because Lizzo and Missy Elliott, they're doing just fine. They're doing just fine, I'm telling you right now. And you know what? I'm doing just fine. I'm a size 12, 14, I don't know today. I really don't care. I love myself. This is what it is today. Doesn't mean I'm not working on it. I'm always working to be better, but my self-confidence walks in that room first. And with your spouse and your partner, they don't care, guys. They don't care. You make that an issue, not the other way around. So fall in love with yourself right here, right now. That's where you start. Then from there, we work together to be healthy, right? But it's got to start with the mindset. Are you happy with who you are? That's a big one, guys. If you had to step outside of yourself and say, man, I mean, how often do we really stop and think about that? Am I happy with who I am? Am I showing up as a person I am proud to be daily in my life? For my family, for my kids, for my spouse, for my partner, for myself. Am I happy? Ask yourself that question and write it down and really journal about that, guys. Because here's the best thing about our life that we give away all the time is that we get the power to change that anytime we want. You can change how you're showing up in your life for yourself. You can actually change it. But you can't change anything you don't recognize as a problem, right? You can't change it if you are going to pretend it's not there or you haven't taken a minute to recognize it, right? And so, a lot of times, at least this was for me, and this was a huge lesson I had to learn, is what's your version of a day of self-love, right? What's your self-love day look like? Because mine, I used to call self-love, and it was self-sabotage, right? A day off meant eating whatever I wanted, drinking whatever I wanted, not working out. That is not self-love. It's actually quite the opposite. And if that is your version of it, you need to stop a minute and think about why a day off for me is eating every calorie I can find, right? Why is that? Because that is not healthy mentally. Physically, yes. I'm more concerned with you working on the internal part of why that is happening. Why does it feel like eating healthy is a punishment? You got to spend time on that, right? And from there, you really have to make sure that you're being honest with yourself about what truly does make you happy. What fills you up? What fills your soul? When was the last time you belly laughed so hard that tears came down your eyes? When was the last time you smiled so much that your cheeks hurt? When was that? And then go after it. You have to create time for that in your life because life will just pass. And it's all got to start with this self-love, self-confidence, and pouring into yourself and knowing what makes you happy, knowing how to love yourself and learning every day how to love yourself and working on that. So, you have to think about what's really holding you back from loving yourself and from really having the life you want to live. Because here's what's crazy. You can have that. You got to do the work. That's it. There is no such thing as results without work or effort. It takes effort. And yes, I get it. It's hard to push play. There are many days where the discipline has to kick in. And that's when you lean into your team because you know that you've got to get to the point where this self-sabotage is stopped and the self-love kicks in and you want to do this in your life, right? So that's where we want to get to that point, right? To the point where you change your whole mindset and you really want to get your workout in. You want to be on your nutrition. If you're just starting, trust me, it does exist. It's not a drink. Like it actually will happen. It's really going to suck for a few months. I promise you. And then when you fall off, it's going to suck again until you get back on, but that's okay. Like it's just hard, but you do get to that point where you actually prefer to get your workout in. You actually prefer to be on your nutrition. I'm not saying I don't like cake. I love cake. I love my wine. But it's all about balance, right? And I'm happier when I'm in balance, right? And that's where we want to get. And so if there is something holding you back from getting to that, then you need to break that down and figure it out. And I'm going to tell you, you can come up with 99 excuses that are all external. It's because of my husband. It's because my kids don't want to eat that way. You can give me every excuse and I'm going to tough love mama the crap out of you right now and say, no, it's you. It's you. You get to choose happiness. So you've got to do the work internally and find that strength and that self-love that will anchor you so hard that no one's going to knock you off it. No thing can knock you off it. So that's where we want to get to. Self-love. Isn't that powerful? This is my favorite saying ever. You are the only one who can do this. You're the only one who can do this for you. No one else can do that. But I also love that because it means that you get to choose it. You know, there's been so many studies about happiness. And just so you know, there is no similarity between economic barriers. It's not like if you're rich, you're happier. If you're poor, you're happier. Not true. There is no science that says if you're skinny, you're happier, or if you're overweight, you're happier. There is none of that. It is a mindset. And you can work on that. You can choose it, but you have to work on it daily. You have to make the choice that this is what you want, and this is a life you want to live, and then you get to work. So we have to work on the things to reverse our mindset to loving ourselves, right? So, you know, you really need to speak to yourself like you would that of a friend that you care deeply about. Someone that you truly, truly love deep in your heart. How would you speak to that person? Those are the words we need to use with ourselves, which means when you screw up, you have to give yourself grace. You cannot be so mad at yourself that you landslide. That's when the problems happen, right? So if you're mad about the fact that you're always starting over, stop doing that to yourself and celebrate the fact that you're starting over. We all start over all the time. Autumn starts over all the time. We all start over all the time. That is awesome. Find the new motivation that's going to kick you in. Every month we restart. Every day you restart. Celebrate starting over. Celebrate that you are still here, showing up, trying. That's amazing. Gold star. That is amazing. That's where you start. That's the mindset that's going to get you to push play. If you're hating your fat rolls, focus on the power that you can change them, right? I'm not shy about the fact that I take pictures of my back because my back fat, she and I have a conversation on a pretty regular basis. She is not my friend, and but it's easy to ignore her, right? Because she's behind me. So I definitely take the pictures and I'm like, girl, you and I are parting ways. We are parting ways. It's going to take a minute, but we're going to get there. I love you. I mean it. Goodbye. You're out. So, but we get there. She's still hanging around right now, but that's okay. I'm not perfect. That's all right. And if you do not want to put the effort, think about what the alternative. All right. What's the alternative? If you can't today say, I really want to live a happy life. And here's what I have to do to get that. I have to take care of my health. I have to do some work on my mindset. I have to focus on my nutrition. And if you don't want to do that, why don't you fast forward 10 years from now and tell me what you think your life looks like? Because the 10 years will pass. And what you do with those 10 years is totally up to you. So it's more than just making the choice. You have to take the action. You have to take the action. You know, if something is miserable in your life, and if there are big things like your career, guys, you can change that. I just started coaching. I was 52 years old when I decided to change my career. But I didn't want to do that anymore. I want a happy life. So if there are big things, it will take time, but start making the moves. You get one life. That's it. This is not a practice life. This is it. And you've got to put the effort into the joy of it, because I truly believe that the reason we're here on this earth is to love and experience life and have fun and joy and love. I believe that in my whole heart, that is the reason we are here, to love each other and support each other and have fun. And that takes effort. It does. It takes work to do it, but that is what it's worth. So who inspires you? Let them fill you up. Inspire others. Go find it. If you don't know what authors you love who lift you up, go find them. You need to put in some effort to find the people who will lift you up. Find the joy in your workouts. Some days it is really hard, but here's the deal. You are so fortunate to be able to work out. You are fortunate. So you need to find the joy in that workout, because you know on the other side of finishing that workout, how are you going to feel? You're going to feel great. You're going to feel so proud of yourself. Modify every freaking move. I don't care. Just move and love it and love on your body. Every squat you do, say, yes, girl, cheer yourself on. Every modifier, every modification you do, say, yes, but I did it. That is where you need to just bring the joy for your workouts. Find the joy in that. You don't have to work out. You get to work out. Find the joy in nutrition. Really, here's something I want to tell you guys. If you are hating the nutrition, then you have not put in any effort to your nutrition. And that's on you. I'm sorry. Because Ultimate Portion Fix has every freaking food under the sun. Like, I eat waffles in the morning. Hello, Mom, I think that's pretty yummy. So there's a bazillion recipes. So if you are hating the nutrition, get to work. Get to work. Find a way to love that nutrition, because it fills you up. It gives you the power and the energy you need to live the life you want. And I know it sounds so crazy, but it's so often a very simple shift. So the next time you're having a difficult time getting your workout in or pushing play or wanting to do your workout, just do that quick shift. Say, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this workout. I'm going to do my best, and that's all I can do. And that's what I'm going to do today. And it will change. When you are frustrated because you have to meal prep, stop and say, you know what? I'm excited. I'm going to try a new recipe. I'm going to try that. Bring the joy in it, because you can. So today we restart with loving ourselves. And we will do that every single day. Every single day, you need to restart that loving engine, that self-love, self-confidence engine, and you need to feed it, and you need to pour into it, and you need to protect it by getting away of any negativity, filling your heart and soul, and making sure that you are providing yourself with the love that you deserve to have a life that you want to live. And it's going to take a little effort, and it will be worth it. I absolutely promise. So that is really kind of it. I love you guys. You know, I love this community. I love everything about Beachbody. I am so passionate about it. And we are just at the forefront of such exciting things coming our way. And, you know, you get to embrace this life, right? And we do it in a healthy mindset, because we're all different ages, different sizes. And that's what's so beautiful about it. And you don't need to compare yourself to me. You don't compare yourself to anyone. Be inspired by others, but love the fact that there's only one of you, and show up the best you can be every day, because it's really all we can do. So I love you guys. Are there any questions? I don't really see, Danielle.
I'm not sure if there's a ton, everybody's just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Your energy, Kat. Amazing.
I'm honored. I'm honored.
Does anybody have any specific questions for Kat?
Nutrition's 80% of those results. It's so true, guys. The nutrition, like, you can't deny it. You know, that's why I think people get this mindset about having to struggle through workouts, and, you know, really just enjoy the workouts, just move your body. I often say to my groups, consistency far outweighs intensity in your workouts. Now there's a balance in that, because girl, if you're going to march for 20 minutes, you ain't going to get very far. But if you put some effort in and you're breaking a sweat, then you're doing great, you know, and you want to be safe, but consistency is what will serve you in your workouts. You must be consistent, but it's the nutrition that will make or break your results. Absolutely.
We have one question here. Charlie, I think people really get overwhelmed when starting a workout, working out on nutrition. Do you have any tips and tricks for getting started? And I have a follow-up question to that. What is the program of all the programs you've been in when you have new people starting that you recommend for them more often than not?
You mean in terms of a fitness program?
Yes, that was my follow-up question.
Yeah.
And she said, I think people get when starting. Yeah.
I think the overwhelm with nutrition is, oh my gosh, you're not going to want to hear this answer, guys, because this is what I tell my girls. I'm like, it's not overwhelming. You just have to put some work in. It's not. Like, she does, if you, and I'm sorry, I do refer up to Ultimate Portion Fix. I do Ultimate Portion Fix. I have lots of girls who love To Be Mindset, but I'm not as educated as I would like to be on that to speak to it. But I always tell everyone, we have 2 programs. You do what works for you. But here's the deal. If you are confused and overwhelmed about your nutrition, get to work. Literally, there are all the videos. And by the way, she is revamping that. Autumn is so excited. She cannot wait for this to come out. I think it's July 6th it comes out. But the videos are going to be shorter. I really encourage all of you to understand that if you are 25 years old, 30 years old, 40, 50, whatever you are, you have that many years to undo of horrible information about nutrition. I don't know about you. I probably tried every freaking diet pill, like all the crazy, not eating because, oh, that helped me. You know, I mean, stupid stuff that we have learned, that we still continue to see crazy stuff all over social media. So you have to think of it like, I'm not going to magically in a day all of a sudden understand nutrition and reset 30 years of bad education. So I encourage everyone to look at, especially like Ultimate Portion Fix, like you're going back to school. You are getting re-educated about nutrition. And matter of fact, when people come into my groups, the first week, I tell them, this is your first week with me. You are going to start this fitness program and you're not going to do any nutrition. And they kind of freak out a minute. And I'm like, we're not getting on a scale. We're not talking about goals. We're not doing anything. Right now, I want you to get the habit of working out 4 to 6 times a day based on your program. That's what we're going to start with. And you are going to start reading all the nutrition. You're going to look at the videos. You're not to do it. I don't want you to meal prep. I don't want you to do anything. And then we get into the nutrition. Then they get on their nutrition like a week or 2 after. And when someone completely falls off, what do? We restart exactly the same way. Where we say, okay, you landslid, that's okay. I still love you. You are going to be in my family. I'm like, tell everyone, you're stuck with me for years, sister. This ain't a 2-week program. This is life. So get ready. So we start right back in. Okay, you landslid, you got off. Here we go. What do? 1 week. Every single day, I want you on that workout and I want you retraining yourself about your nutrition. Then we get back in. So, and the programs that I honestly, guys, the program that I recommend is the current program. You know, I used to just go by like all different things, but I found that, first of all the super trainers are amazing. I love that they're all different. You know, I have often found that I would try a program and it would surprise me how much I loved it. I wasn't really ready or, you know, so I really encourage everyone to get on the program, because most of us in the group are on that program. So there's energy around it. People are excited about it. And it's important to understand that, you know, it's not about finding the perfect workout. It's about getting your mindset right to understand that you are going to work out every day. That is what's going to happen. So, you know, that's kind of how we get people in. But the other side of that is we're going to try that. And if you're miserable, then we're going to try a different workout. If you have bought, you have thousands. Hello, Merry Christmas. You get all of that along with, it's crazy what we sell this for. I love it when someone tries to tell me that's expensive. I'm like, what? Are you nuts? I want to charge 5 times that amount. Don't ask me to set the pricing. You'll be in trouble because it's worth everything and then some. So yeah, that's kind of my long answer for that.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Is there any more questions? I think that.
Nope, there's 2 in there.
Okay, you go for it.
Okay. Caitlin says, I know that for someone who deals with low self-confidence, this confidence is amazing. And I agree. Do you have any other tips than what you spoke about that could help?
Yeah. So sometimes, guys, it can be really overwhelming to start when you just feel like, you know, as I have often said, when my self-care was not, you know, at the bottom of the totem pole, it wasn't even on it. It was like under the ground, you know? So there are times when you really need to pull yourself up. And if it's overwhelming to start personal development and to really get there, I would start, sometimes I have my ladies start with just a mantra, just a simple sentence. Like, today I will start loving myself, or I am a woman of my word, or I love my legs. And to write that 5 times in the morning and nothing else. You know, I think that's one of the biggest problems in everything we do, right? We all feel like we need to go in at 1,000%, all jets firing. And it's overwhelming when life is busy enough and we're so stressed out anyway. Don't underestimate the power of a small action consistently, right? That is what health and fitness is. It's small action consistently. So that mantra every day can serve you so, so well. Just write it down 5 times while you're having your coffee and then start your day. It will serve you. And I sometimes change mine every month and it helps immensely. Today I'm going to love myself. Yes, Liv. I love that. My self-love book. I mean, there's so many great ones out there. So, you know, I love Jen Sincero. I think she's a great author. I do love my journal, guys. It's the 9-week mindset reset. It's helped a lot of people. I've gotten great feedback about that. If you're new to journaling, it's kind of it's like a 1-pager every day. And the podcasts I love, there's so many good ones out there. So many good ones. And Gabby Bernstein's May Cause Miracles was a big game changer for me personally. I love that. Thank you, Daniel.
And there was one more question from Lori. And she says, I was in the 9-week control freak test group and saw the shift. She felt the shift too. Was it during filming that you decided to become a coach or before?
So, Lori, I'm so glad you asked that because, you know, my coaching journey was, I became a coach when I was doing 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme real time. That's when I became a coach. But I really didn't dive 100% in because I still had my events company, which events, I was literally working almost 18 hours a day, like consistently. It's just so stressful. And then the pandemic hit and asked me how many live events were happening during the pandemic. Like I flatlined to 0. And so I just dove into coaching and I fell in love with it beyond. I feel like all the stars aligned and it was just my mission and where I could really give back. And it's been amazing. I love it so very much. It's great. It's great. I feel fortunate. Yeah. Thank you for that question. And I'm glad you did the test group. That was amazing, right? So incredible. So
Lori rocked that test group. Like, unbelievable. Carl even featured her in one of his stories for her transformation. And they messaged her to do something. I can't remember what it was. Lori answered questions for her transformation. Like, unbelievable. Is there any other questions, guys, before we let Kat get on with her night? If you can let make Danielle the host again.
Oh, yeah.
Please, before you leave. Because we're going to do our recognition and all that stuff.
Perfect. Change host.
They're perfect.
Yay.
Somebody wants to know if you're working on a future program. I don't know if you're allowed to tell us that.
I am not, so I can say that. I am not, but I am ready for it anytime they want to call me up. So I am super excited for Amwala's new program. He is so amazing. I think it's going to be really, really so good for our bodies. He is going to do so much for that. So anyway, I'm pumped for that. I'm ready for that. Yay.
I agree.
Right. Yeah, thank you so
too.
much for having me. I adore you all. Love yourself. Start there. Everything else kind of falls into place. And you're doing amazing. Just being here shows your commitment to yourself and your self-love and a better, healthier, happier, longer life. And that's what we're all going to do together. So thank you for having me, Rachel. Thank you, Danielle. I so appreciate you both. Mwah. We'll see you all soon.
Thanks so much, Kat. Cheers.
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks for your time and your
Thank
talent. Okay, guys, stick on. We're great. We maxed out this call tonight. So make sure that anybody who wanted to see it, that you guys are posting the recording. I'll get the recording up ASAP because we maxed out the call. But I want to just thank you guys all for being here. I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, thank you, Rachel, again, for setting that up. I really, really love it when you guys reach out to the people who you want to see on the call, because I stopped. So if you don't have guests, you get to listen to me every week. So that should get your butt moving to ask people, because this is now your job as the team to bring the guest speakers on. And whoa, you guys are doing an amazing job. So thank you, Rachel. Guys, we are like 6 days away from the launch of Cookies and Creamy Shakeology, gluten-free and vegan. Can I tell you right now, as an elite coach, my 2 packets arrived in the mail today. We got our salmon into us. Watch my Instagram stories. We got our salad into us, and I was right to that blender. And I said to Mick, he goes, "You're making both packages?" I'm like, "As ice cream." And it was so good. So that is launching on Tuesday. We're going to be doing some things, posting some things on the team page. So, you know, keep your eyes peeled for that, but don't forget that is coming. Okay. And if there's a program out there that you want, getting a completion pack as an existing customer is your best deal to grab that new flavor, right? You can, if you don't have the Let's Get Up, or if you want another program, you never got that equipment for 9-week Control Freak and you want to do that with Kat, getting that completion pack while you grab that new flavor of Shakeology bag is a great way to do that. So heads up on that, okay? And congratulations to everybody who's doing the Diamond Dash. You guys are rocking it. I'm gonna zip it and let you guys recognize each other. Any recognition from this amazing week. Cheers, guys.
I can start. Can you guys hear me okay? I know it's dark. So I wanted to shout out Amber and Audrey, who locked in Team Builder. And then also wanted to shout out Alicia because she locked in Team Leader and she is officially 2-star tomorrow.
I can go off of that. So I want to shout out Allison because she worked her butt off. And as a team, like, this was hard 6 weeks, but it was so worth it. And I'm just so proud of them and just everyone on my team. I'm just so proud, and just for you guys, so thankful for you guys.
I said this on Shauna's call on Monday, but I'll say it again because I think it's important. I just want to recognize everyone. I know like this month, I know for me personally and some other coaches as well as our challengers, people are losing steam. People are really struggling. So everyone that's still showing up, even if it's not like the way you want to, you're still doing a great job.
I just want to shout out everyone that's running the Diamond Dash group, because you know what, you guys are amazing. I haven't made it too many power hours, but the ones that I've made too were very personal ones with Rachel, and I always learn so much. Thanks so much, guys. You guys are awesome.
I'll do a recognition. I want to recognize Lori Browning, who is officially a team builder and just a fart away from a team leader. So she had all these check marks and they weren't, for some reason there was a problem in her back office, and she showed me, we had lunch, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're like almost 2 steps of 5 on the road to elite. So want to give you a huge shout out, Lori, as an official team builder. Anyone else?
I know I said this Monday in Shauna's call, but I wanted to shout out Star and Steph and Jasmine Lawler. I'm currently a third of the way through 75 hard, and I've wanted to quit at least 3 times every day. But with them behind me and having my back, I know that I can finish this program and finish this 75 hard, no problem. So I wanted to shout them out for the love and support that I've gotten over the last, 2 years, but definitely the last 20.
This isn't really a shout out, but I just want to say hi. I haven't been here in over a month, and I've been here for the past year just because of work. So I'm super happy to see everybody. I miss all your faces, and you guys encourage me so much every day on all the posts, and I'm just so happy to see you all, and congratulations to everybody.
I'm going to give a shout out to Rachel for nabbing Kat tonight. I had messaged Kat too, and she got to Rachel, and I thank you so much for that, because if people didn't get on tonight's call, because I know we capped out, I think that call is going to make a big difference in a lot of people's lives. So that would not have happened if you didn't reach out to her. So thank you so much.
Anybody else? Again, I just want to thank you guys all for being here. I love it. Love team calls. First time, listen, it took Kat, but I don't care. First time we capped out, we're going to have to get a bigger Zoom link, right? We're going to have to get a bigger Zoom link. I love it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for this. Again, thanks, Rachel. Thanks to everybody. And we will see you guys in the Diamond Dash training tomorrow. We'll see you in the challenge groups tomorrow, and have an incredible night. Thanks for your time and for being here. Cheers, guys. Bye. I'll get the recording up ASAP.